Hey friends, happy Monday. I'm going to make some meatballs with some sauce, okay, or meatballs in sauce or whatever. So I thought I'd let you guys come hang out with me because I like to do this in the morning and then clean up my mess, and it smells delicious all day long. So the big question when you're making meatballs in sauce is always, do you put the meatballs in raw in your sauce or do you fry your meatballs up first, right? I don't think there's a wrong or right way. Sometimes I fry them up. Today, I want them cooking in the sauce and I want them super soft. So I'm not going to fry them up first, all right? So that's always the big question. So anyways, come hang out with me and let's make some meatballs. So I'm going to start on the sauce. I got some olive oil in here. And we're going to chop up an onion. And if you know, you know, the longer this cooks, the better your house smells, right? So anyways, let me know if you're catching this live right now or later in replay. All right, so let's get the onion chopped up. All I have in here is just some olive oil heating up right now. All right, let's chop up this bad boy. Since I have to, I only had one jar left of muti sauce, and these are whole tomatoes. So I gotta puree these because God forbid there's a chunk of tomatoes, my kids won't eat it. Hey Kim, hey Shauna, thanks for popping in. So I'm going to have to puree this, so I might as well grab my twist and chop for that. All right, so let's chop up these onions. Oh, where's my blade? My blade is gone. No, that's what happens. Do your kids do chores? My kids do chores, so I might have to use something else. So let's see what's going on here. Hello. Resume. All right, let's go on a hunt for the blade. Where could the blade be? Darn it! Where could the blade be? We are on the hunt. Hello, everyone. We're on a hunt for the blade for the twist and chop. Oh, I found it. I found it. All right. Found it. All right. So we're going to chop up these onions here real quick. Chopped here. Gonna get those sauteed. That way nobody notices the onions. All right, while this sautés, I might as well puree. Normally this is my go-to. If you've been following me for a while, you know. The best like plain tomato sauce, okay? But I don't know where I grabbed this. I found this in my pantry. Oh, we should use our new tool. Let me show you something. Let's see if it works. Our new 5-in-1, and this is designed to help with cans just like this. to put this in and grab it, and then you could use this to pull it, maybe. Let's see. Oh, I'm just going to use my hand. All right, here we go. So we're going to puree these. These are whole tomatoes. And we want them all pureed. We are making meatballs and sauce so it can smell delicious all day. One of my kids is homesick. So I was like, you know what's going to make you feel better? Some meatballs with some sauce and some bread later tonight, right? So, all right, let me get some of this sauce out, and we're going to puree these whole tomatoes. So they're just whole tomatoes, just like that. Sometimes you can use the whole tomatoes, you just kind of squish them with your hands, but God forbid there's a chunk of tomatoes in here, my kids will find it. So we're going to puree them. I think we got all the tomatoes. Let's puree up. Have you guys ever used the whole tomatoes in the jar? Sometimes you can just put them in a bowl and mush them with your hands. That's an option. I'm just going to puree them right now. All right, I got 10 minutes, so let's see how far we get. If not, I might have to finish it after my work call. All right, so our sauce is all done. Rinse it out with a little water here. Rinse your can out with the water. All right, then we'll add our jar of muti. Arizona's in the house. Hello, Karen. Hey, Annette. We're just making some meatballs and sauce. We'll see if I can do this. I'm trying to beat. I have to be back in my office at 11, so let's see if we can do it really fast. All right, you always want to shake out your jars, whatever sauce you're using. Get it all nice and cleaned out, and you need some water because this is going to cook, so you need some water to evaporate here. I probably need more sauce, but that's all I have, so we're just gonna make it work. We're gonna season, and then we're gonna start working on our meatballs real quick. All right, so we're gonna let this sauce do its thing. Let's see if we can whip up some quick meatballs. Can we do it? Can we do it in like 5 minutes? I think we can. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And the other thing I don't have, I'll tell you what I don't have. All right, the other thing I don't have is my fridge kind of broke for 2 days, so I had to throw everything away. So I had to throw in my super expensive eggs. Hello, and then I ordered eggs and they didn't bring me eggs because Costco was out of eggs. So I don't have eggs, so we're just gonna make eggless meatballs, and we're just gonna use some breadcrumbs and some milk to help kind of bind it instead of the egg. It'll work just fine. You just need the egg to bind the meat and all the ingredients. So it's all good. We can wing it. All right, so I like to use ground beef and ground pork mixture here. So we're gonna go with that. You can just use ground beef. You can just use ground pork. You can use whatever you want, whatever works for you, friends. I like the mixture of ground pork and ground beef, but you do what works for you, all right? probably have too much meat for the sauce, so I'll have to keep an eye on it. We'll see. We're winging it. We're winging dinner tonight. You guys with me? Yum, love tomato chunks. I know, I do too, but my kids don't. All right, so let's go get our other ingredients before we start massaging. So the big question is, do you cook your meatballs in the sauce or do you fry them first? No, you know, I'm big on there's no right or wrong answer. Whatever makes you happy, friends. Whatever makes you happy. All right, we're going to season with salt. I also don't have any parsley, so let's go get some cheese and some breadcrumbs. Where's the cheese? Right here. And like I said, you can bind your breadcrumbs and your milk. These are the best breadcrumbs. If you need good breadcrumbs, these have Pecorino Romano cheese in them, so really good. So we're gonna use some breadcrumbs. I don't measure, but maybe like a cup or so. And then since we don't have eggs, we're gonna do a little bit of milk to help us bind all these ingredients, just to create like a little binding agent here. And then we are going to get some cheese. And I need my meatballs to taste like cheese, so I love to use Pecorino Romano, which is the basically goat cheese. Pecorino is made out of goat's milk. And if you don't always want to use Parmesan, you can use Pecorino, especially in like meatballs. So good, so good, so good. All right, now we go in. I've got 10 minutes. We got this. And if it needs more, oh, it's cold. Oh, cold. We'll just add a little bit more milk to help us kind of bind these ingredients. And then we're going to throw them right in the sauce. The sauce is starting to bubble. And then this is going to cook all day. All right, so it's a little dry, so we're going to add a little bit more milk. Like I said, normally this would be eggs, but hey, I'm out of eggs, and eggs are freaking expensive, so, you know. There's always ways to substitute. Gluten-free oats instead of breadcrumbs. Yep, that's an option too. Whatever works for you, friends. If I had fresh parsley, I'd add some parsley to this, but I don't, so that's okay. So if you don't have eggs, you can use breadcrumbs and milk, and it kind of has the same effect of binding these meatballs. Oh, this meat is still cold and frozen, some of it. Hey Karen, hey Christy, hey Anna, thanks for popping in. We're making some meatballs and sauce. And I want to know, do you cook your meatballs, do you fry them up, or do you add them later? So for me, it depends what kind of texture I want. Today I want them all like soft and cooking in the sauce. So I'm gonna throw them right in there. Oh, these meatballs are so cold. And always never skimp on your cheese in your meatballs, your Parmesan or your Pecorino. All right, good enough. I only have like 7 minutes. So these are bubbling. The sauce is bubbling. So we are going to make our meatballs and throw them in there, friends. And then this is gonna cook on low all day. Oops. And it's gonna smell delicious with a fresh loaf of bread. So good. Okay, I could eat this every day. So my daughter's home sick today, so I said, oh, I'll make the house smell good. She loves to come home from school and smell tomato sauce. So anyways, all right, so what are you guys having for dinner tonight? Happy Monday. What are you having for dinner? Let me know in the comments. We're just gonna let this cook right in the sauce. I could use a little bit more sauce, but I'm gonna raid my pantry and see if there's any other sauces I have. Tomato sauce, anything you can find. If not, it is what it is. That's all I got, that's all I got. These are some big meatballs. Let's make them a little smaller here. Oh, these gloves are like too big. Did you guys know that Italians, like when I go home in the summer, they do have pasta and meat sauce, pasta and meatballs, but the meatballs come after, okay? So you eat the pasta with the sauce first, and then when you're done eating the pasta, then you eat the meat. It's never together or on top. So, little fun fact. I'm going to serve this over pasta. Yes, I'm going to. So basically, this will cook all day, and then I'll take some of the sauce and I'll use it on the pasta, and then the meatballs get served on the side after you're done eating the pasta. And then you take a piece of bread and you clean your plate, right? You do like, it's called la scarpetta, which is a little shoe, and then you clean your plate with the bread. I mean, I could just do that, right? Don't you guys agree? I could just do that. I could just eat bread and sauce. I don't even need no pasta. All right, almost done. So dinner, you know, this does not have to be, I always say dinner doesn't have to be complicated. I knew I had about 25 minutes, and I was like, you know what? Let me just do this right now. Let me just go ahead and do this right now, because then sometimes I don't get to it, and that way it can cook and it'll make my house smell really good. So, what are you having for dinner? Happy March, happy spring. Oh my God, the sun's coming out. It was 6 p.m. yesterday. It was not pitch black. Oh, I hate November till February. I hate the darkness. I hate the no sun. I can look outside. It's still cold. I can't quite sit out there yet and enjoy my sunshine, but it's cold, but no snow. I can feel it. Spring is in the air. I already feel so much better. Do you guys feel better too? Hey, Tammy. Do you guys feel better when the sun's out? I feel so much better when the sun's out. All right, so we're going to let this cook. I'm going to jump on my 11 a.m. work call. Let this keep cooking on low. Kind of move, you know, got to be gentle because they're not cooked, right? They're not fried yet, so we got to be gentle so they don't fall apart. All right, friends, that's it. I'm going to clean up and get back to work, and you guys have a great Monday. Ciao for now.